to Under the Palms. We're chatting about the new episode of Death in Paradise Season 12, where the team investigate the murder of a Doomsday Cult member, while Neville and Sophie's relationship takes a wrong turn. Francesca, welcome to Under the Palms.
Hello, thank you.
What did you think of episode 2? A very good murder mystery, I thought.
Yeah, it was. It was really juicy, wasn't it? I feel like there were lots of different layers to it. And I quite liked how, obviously, the main focus was about Kit's murder, but then there was kind of like another curveball thrown in the middle with Luna as well, which I don't think anyone was really seeing coming. So, yeah, I thought it was good. Juicy.
That was good. That was a good surprise one. And a really good guest cast as well. There. I
loved it.
I love Robert Webb, and I can't remember her name, but she's in Afterlife and
Jo
In My
Hartley.
Skin. She's amazing.
She's great. Yeah, she's really good.
I love how Death in Paradise has this sort of edge of like ridiculousness to it all the time. Like it's like such a sort of silly, family-friendly murder mystery. Like, for instance, if I was in a bunker from people who I knew had murdered someone, I probably wouldn't drink the cup of coffee that he's leaving me. Like, and he's like, "Go on, mate, you probably need some caffeine. You have that coffee." I think I'd be like, no.
It wasn't subtle at all. It was like, here, have a drink.
Literally.
Stay hydrated.
But you're right. Like there was a storyline that, loving the characters as we do, that we're probably a bit more invested in. That was Neville's burgeoning relationship with Sophie, which obviously takes a wrong turn, but has a really sweet outcome with him surprising her with that hospital dinner with Catherine.
Yeah, really cute.
And incidentally, I actually spoke to Elizabeth Bourgine about Neville and Sophie's relationship last week, and this is what she had to say.
I think this series will have very good surprise for Neville. I think the audience will be very, very happy for Neville and very happy for Sophie, because the series 12 is a lot with romance. There is a lot of romance and surprises. Because, in Death in Paradise, it's always the same. It's a surprise, a nice one, and it's suddenly something very like an explosion you were not supposed to have. But you'll be very surprised. But you will love it. You will love it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, because obviously she's left the island now, so it's like that can't be all there is, though, surely.
It can't be, because they both clearly like each other, and although there was a bit where Neville was like, the long distance thing clearly isn't going to work, and like it hasn't necessarily worked in the past, they've always had to end up going and following them. I don't know. We'll have to see and find out what happens. But I feel like the first 2 episodes have really shown their relationship in a really strong way. So for it to end there, like, surely that can't be the case.
I don't think so, and I think that has left like fans a little worried as well, that this might be Ralf Little's final season on the show, because this is kind of standard for detectives. Like like Humphrey Gumpman, for instance, leaves the show to go be with the person that he loves, and do you think they might be repeating that with Ralph, or do you think there's going to be some other twist? We're going to see Sophie back in Guadeloupe, and he's here to stay, because I guess he doesn't hint that he's leaving, but
no. But then you're right. There is kind of like a formula with Death in Paradise, and sticking to that formula is kind of why it's been so successful. Like, each episode there's a murder, and then you find it at the end, and it's, regardless of the fact that there are lots of twists and turns, like it's quite formulaic. And I think that is why people love it, because they watch the show and they kind of expect what's going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. Will he leave? I mean, how many series? He's done 3 series. This is his 3rd series, isn't it?
This is his 3rd series. And with the Christmas specials, he's actually been the longest serving detective of the show, in the show's history now. So, I think a couple of the other detectives did do 3 series apiece each, but they didn't have the Christmas special. So it's technically been there longer now. Obviously, you've interviewed Ralph, so have I, and he has such a he adores Guadeloupe. I think if the writers wanted Neville's journey to continue on there, I think he'd stay until they wanted to change it.
100%. And he's gone on a real journey as well. Like, obviously, with all the stuff with Florence, and now, like, he's, you know, brand new series and, you know, found a brand new romance. I feel like the fans, like, you can tell just from what people are saying online, like, they're really rooting for him and, like, they really love him. And so I suppose, you know, don't fix what isn't broken. Like, there's definitely reason why they would keep him in the show and not write him off. But then at the same time, you know, I guess it's up to the bosses. Do they want to keep Neville forever? I mean, at some point, are they going to have a new detective? And I suppose this sort of storyline, like we said, is kind of like a good way of it happening. But I don't know. We'll just have to find out.
I suppose there is another way that he could be written out of the show, a la Ben Miller in season 2, who obviously was murdered. So in the final moments of the episode, we see a very sinister-looking Robert Webb with a bottle of whiskey, who, I can't help but think of him as Jez.
I know.
But it looks like he's got Neville in his sights. And what do you think is going to happen with that?
He's definitely gonna hatch a plan, isn't he, to try and have some sort of altercation with Neville, because obviously he's cross that I've forgotten the lady, Mrs. West, Kit's mum, has obviously been charged with manslaughter for the death of Luna, so he's obviously angry about that. Because Neville says to him at the end of the episode, you know, I think you should speak to your solicitor if you want to hear more. So he's obviously has a bit of a vendetta against Neville, even though Neville hasn't done anything wrong. So I don't know. I mean, he'll certainly try his hand to do something bad towards Neville. I mean, given the plot that was in the episode, given the plot that's in the episode, his character is clearly not afraid of, like, getting involved with some bad stuff. So, but I don't think he'll succeed. I don't think he's actually going to murder Neville. I don't think that will happen. But maybe it might come and bite him on the bum and he'll end up dead.
I suppose that'd be one way that Marlon could fast track his way to Sergeant if Neville was out of the equation.
That's true. Maybe this is all a plot. Yeah, this is all a plot for him to just, you know, rise up the ranks.
Well, I guess we will have to wait and see. I love, you know, I know that Death in Paradise is very episodic, but I love it when they do a bit of a story arc. Like, I can't wait to see how Robert Webb tries to have his revenge.
Yeah, it's nice to have, like, a thread going through it, I think.
Thank you so much for joining us for our latest episode of Under the Palms. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and head over to hellomagazine.com for more news about Death in Paradise. And we will see you for episode 3. Bye!